You guys have no idea how excited I am to review this pepper. One, it's a Rocoto. All right, let's get that out of the way. Rocotos aren't particularly easy to grow, especially in Florida. They're kind of finicky and they don't like heat, which Florida has too much of. They are originally from like the mountains, right? In Mexico. So high up in the mountains of Mexico, you may think Mexico's hot, but if you ever go to Mexico, it's in like the 60s if you're in the mountains all the time. And these Rocotos that grow naturally there love it. Well, this isn't like a naturally occurring Rocoto. This is a creation from Peter Stanley. So if you've ever been watching any pod reviews, you should know who Peter Stanley is. He's like OG reviewer. He actually got me into not like on a one-on-one type of thing, but more of an inspiration. I watched his videos a lot. And I'm like, dang, the way he's suffering looks kind of fun. So anyway, in his garden, Ecuadorian red accidentally cross-pollinated with a pineapple Rocoto. I believe he sent seeds to somebody. I think it was Susan something, and she grew it out. And then anyway, this came from his garden. So usually people don't think about an accidental cross as an accident. You don't really know it happened until you send seeds to somebody and they're like, look what I got. So man, it's just beautiful. That's why I keep putting it up. And I'm not using cinematic mode, so it focuses like it should. And it's kind of condensated because I just pulled it out of the fridge, but man, just look at that. You know it's going to taste delicious. At least I'm hoping so. But anyway, I got this from Pepper Ranger. Man, his box alone was worth like $50 just from all the amazing varieties. Like, it's not every day you go and get a flat rate box with a chocolate Rocoto in it. So the name of the pepper is actually Chocolate Rocoto X PS or Chocolate Rocoto X. But I usually see XPS, PS standing for Peter Stanley. Now I'm going to cut this open. Pluck the stem off. And it's left like a hole, like a... I don't know. I just thought that was cool. Again, I want to make sure you can hear this. Listen to this. You probably couldn't hear that. It's actually pretty smooth. Let me finish cutting it. That took a minute. It was a little meticulous, but you better believe I saved every single seed. Now look at this interior. Oh my gosh. Pretty solid placenta there. Good amount of oil. Oil is usually yellow, so I'm not sure if you can see it. See the change in color? Right at the top where it kind of ridges up, you have the flat part, and if you look closely where it's kind of wrinkly, there's a bit of a tint of yellow. That is the oil. Anyway, this is the Chocolate Rocoto X from Peter Stanley, grown by Pepper Ranger. And I'm super excited to try this. I don't know if I got a thumbnail, but if not, then we're going to have to pick one later. Wow. Wow. I may have spoke too soon. Rocotos are, or manzanos, either one, anything in the capsicum pubescens category. So real quick, the heat's low habanero heat, if that. It's really like warm, but it's not a burn. It's like eating a hot Cheeto. It's not a violent sting. It's not a back of the throat. It's just real pleasant, and that is something I've noticed consistently with Rocoto varieties. So like I said, Rocotos and Manzanos, they're like diamonds, all right, or gold. Naturally, like, rare and hard to get a hold of. Not something you have an abundance of usually. But man, their flavor, it's just out of this world. So chewing that, the texture's like, I personally can't eat like a tomato raw. If I have tomato, if you threw it on my burger or it was in my salad, I'm not like, tomato, but some people can. And I've grown them and I tried to pick them out of the garden. I just couldn't do it. But I mean, I can eat them. It's just not all that. But if you really like tomatoes, That's like a spicy tomato. The closest you'll ever get to a spicy tomato is a Rocoto. It's just so fleshy. And when you think of fleshy, you think of fruits like a tomato or like maybe a mango, something that's just, it's kind of soft. And inside it's real soft, but the walls are crunchy. Not really crunchy, they're thick. But once you bite into it, everything just gives, and it's just like, it's not mushy, it's just soft. There's really no better way to explain it. You just have to try one. It's every time I try one, and I got my first ones from Arianelle and PLC Discord. She's a great friend, and she sent me some because I had never had any. She was growing them in her arrow garden, and they blew my mind. And more people just, like, if you're into peppers and you haven't had one, you should grow it. Like, if you have an arrow garden or you grow kratky, you should prioritize growing a Rocoto, because although they're not super prolific, the flavor's just unmatched. It's outstanding. The burn right now it's ramped up to a habanero, but I didn't even notice it. It's so pleasant. It's almost just like when you eat, like I said, hot Cheetos or Takis. You're eating them and by your 50th Taki or hot Cheeto, and it's like, okay, I got a little burn going on. That's how it's like. It's like a ghost. It builds real slow. Excuse me, but that flavor, it being chocolate, I expected almost like a earthy, smoky flavor like chocolate super hots have. Didn't have that. It tasted not tropical, and I've had a red Rocoto, but that one didn't taste. They all seem to taste different. It was outstanding. I would, if I had to grow a capsicum pubescens, Manzano or Rocoto. So far, I've had the red one, yellow one. I've had this chocolate one. This is the best one so far. The Rocoto Deseda was also outstanding, and I'm actually growing, I think, 2 of those because I loved it so much. So it's like, it was just like an enlightenment. Like, what? You try this? And this isn't something you can just share. I mean, you grow a plant and it gives you 6 fruits. I'm not going to go sharing my only 6 Rocotos that took me, 3 to 6 months to get. I'm going to save them for myself. I might give a sliver to somebody, but man, all right. I think I've glorified Rocotos enough, but they are just outstanding. And I thank you, Pepper Ranger, for letting me try it. Man, I saved every seed. I might get a couple arrow gardens, or maybe a kratky setup again. Grow a couple of those. It's outstanding. It just makes you want to just, I don't know, do a backflip. I can't do a backflip. I'd break my neck, but I don't know. I'm just really excited. I wish I could get a time machine, rewind, and try it again. That's how good it is. I don't know if you people ever watched anime. It feels like when you first watch Dragon Ball Z or Naruto, you just want to erase your memory and watch it again. Or maybe you feel that way about a show. That's how I feel about a pepper. It's kind of weird when you say it out loud, but man, it was good. All right, thanks for watching.